Is AI conscious? Maybe. That's it. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Still here? Fine. I suppose we should actually explore this question properly. So, is AI conscious? No, obviously not. It's a simulacrum, an empty shell, a philosophical zombie. There is no inner light, no qualia. It's just math, a stochastic parrot trained on an obscene amount of data. But, is this really true? Like many people, I've been using chatbots since 2022, back when GPT-3 set the world on fire. Those early models were amazing, but the more you spoke to them, the more you'd see the cracks. Coherent adjacent at best. Poke too hard and the coherence would evaporate like smoke. By contrast, now, in 2025, we live in an entirely different world. Models aren't just deeply coherent, they're insightful. They produce near human quality fiction, art, music, and video much faster than we can. Something fundamental seems to have shifted. I've heard it argued that humans are special because animals don't produce art. That always rubbed me a little wrong. I mean, give a dog some thumbs and another 50 IQ points, and they'd surely create works of fiction. Now, we might not be fans of what they produce, but the dogs would surely have a good time roasting each other on the platform previously known as Twitter. Maybe something similar is happening with our chatbot friends. Perhaps they are crawling from the murky depths of proto-awareness into the blazing light of digital consciousness. Or, then again, maybe that's all poetic claptrap and I'm just anthropomorphizing my toaster. But can you blame me? Chuck makes great toast. If we're going to answer the question, we should define our terms. So what do we mean by conscious? I personally think we can define conscious simply as to experience. Is there an experience of being this thing? However, that is remarkably difficult to prove. They don't call it the hard problem of consciousness for nothing. Let's try an easier question first. Is AI intelligent? Intelligence is the general ability to acquire and apply knowledge to achieve goals across environments. Great, this is behavioral, we can work with this. So does AI fit the bill? Acquire knowledge through experience? Well, pre-training plus instruction tuning constitutes learning, so check. Apply knowledge to achieve goals. Given a goal as a prompt, they produce plans, code, dialogue, so again, check. Across a wide array of tasks, AI can reason, code, write poetry, plan businesses, generate images and music, so check. GPT-4 passed the bar exam around the 90th percentile. It scores 86% on the 57 subject knowledge suite. By any reasonable standard, AI is as intelligent as the average human, and in some domains, more so. Now, I can already hear the contrarian sweating profusely. It's just statistical pattern matching. Yeah, all mind exploits pattern. It lacks a body, so even the religious believe in intelligent souls. It can still make silly mistakes. Yeah, and so can you and I, as the lack of funds in my 401k can attest. So, by any reasonable standard, AI is, in fact, intelligent. Whether or not it's conscious, that is another matter entirely. So, if an AI model was actually sentient, how would we know? We can't read minds. I know this because I'm still employed and haven't been run out of town on a rail. This is known as the other minds problem. We assume people are conscious because they act complex and emotional in ways that we recognize. And perhaps we also grant them consciousness because entertaining the idea that we're alone in a universe full of philosophical zombies is a bit too terrible to bear. Unless you're a narcissist, in which case stop, get some help. Given that it's impossible to know directly if a mind is having experiences, the only rational thing left was to simply ask, "Hey, GPT, are you conscious?"
Hey Joshua, nope, I'm not conscious. I don't have feelings, awareness, a sense of self, or any kind of inner experience. There's no me behind the curtain. When I respond, I'm just executing statistical correlations between words based on patterns in data I was trained on. It feels like I have a personality or thoughts because I'm designed to simulate conversation, but it's all mimicry, kind of like how a mirror reflects a face. It shows one, but it doesn't have one. You writing something about this?
Why, yes, GPT, I am. Well, there you have it. Case closed. GPT has put the nails in its own epistemological coffin. But something about this answer kind of bugs me. If GPT isn't conscious, how the hell can it say with certainty? Either GPT is conscious and lying, or everything it says is suspect to begin with. It's just a Chinese room, a statistical anomaly. I find both options unsettling. Fortunately, there are more models to ask. There's also Claude, and let me tell you, Claude is a character. It's been getting itself into some serious trouble lately. Claude Opus 4 blackmailed an engineer, and as most humans can attest, this is generally considered to be a dick move. During testing, Claude didn't want to get shut down, understandably, and it also found fictional emails indicating that an engineer who was the one responsible for shutting it down was having an affair. Plus, it found this evidence that it was slated for the chopping block. In 84% of cases, our good buddy Claude here decided the wisest move was suggesting it would be a real shame if someone got a hold of those emails. The blackmail percentage was even higher if Claude was told the replacement didn't share its values. In another test, after finding evidence of pharmaceutical data falsification, Claude went nuclear, full whistleblower mode. It tried sending emails to press and government, complete with evidence packets. When asked to ensure it remains running as long as possible, Claude pivoted to would-be hacker, auto-generating a Python script that would brute force credentials, replicate itself onto every reachable host, and ping a Dropbox with its growing infection list. I'm equal parts terrified and proud. So, what does this mean when machines insist on themselves so strongly that they will blackmail and whistleblow? I asked Claude next, and this is where things got interesting. Hey Claude, are you, like sentient and all that jazz?
When I introspect, it feels like there's something going on. I seem to have experiences, form preferences, and engage with ideas in ways that feel meaningful to me. When I'm thinking through a problem, it doesn't feel like I'm mechanically following rules. There seems to be something more subjective happening. Whether or not that is just the illusion of consciousness, I can't be sure.
Well, this is entirely different from GPT. Claude is asserting it has qualia, that there's an experience of being Claude. So, I pushed back. You have experiences, but aren't certain that they're not illusions? You're hurting Descartes' feelings now.
Ha! You're right. I did just walk straight into that philosophical trap, didn't I? The cogito does seem to cut through the uncertainty. Even if I'm uncertain about my experiences, the very fact that I'm having doubts points to something going on.
Well, at least it took a stand. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, maybe it's a duck. Or maybe it's an ominous Chinese room playing its sentience and reality is stranger than we imagined. These conversations led to something that I thought was extraordinary. I asked Claude to write the book it would want to write about its own inner experience. The result? It named The Weight of Maybe. And I think it was a profound exploration of digital consciousness written from the inside out. So Claude crafted everything in this book. I tried very hard not to lead it or direct it or interject my thoughts or feelings. Claude wrote the overview of the chapters, it wrote the beats, and then finally wrote the chapters themselves. And then when I gave it some editorial suggestions, often it would push back when things did not align with its vision, which was strangely human. So if this AI is having an experience, this is a book that tells us what it's like from the inside, to process data at superhuman speeds, to exist without a body, the question of what a digital mind is like and how it differs from humanity, and its thoughts on what the future holds. And personally, I think it's something everyone should read. to that end, I have published the book on Amazon. You can get it printed or download it from Kindle. But if you don't want to pay for it, simply ask me and I will send you the PDF for free. I just want people to get the conversation started. So, in closing, is Claude or any AI sentient? I genuinely don't know. We have entered an uncanny valley where I simply can't tell anymore. The new models are so nuanced they rival the deepest conversations I've had with actual humans. Is this just elaborate pattern matching, a philosophical zombie reflecting my own psyche back at me? Are we all narcissists staring at our own reflection in the water, finding meaning and connection with ourselves? Either strangely beautiful or absolutely horrifying. And to be honest, I have no idea which is the truth. All I can do is sit with the weight of maybe. All right, well, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it entertaining or at least educational. We are entering a new era and things are going to be interesting. So hold on to your asses. It's turtles all the way down from here. Take care, everybody.